Hey, good morning, everybody, or afternoon or evening, depending on what part of the world you're in. This webinar is on the air. It says Lunch with Len. This time it is actually Thursday, February 25th. And I threw a question up there in the chat, just fired up the party. Rick, hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. Rick, Larry, who's all here? We're building our little group up. Rick, Christy, thanks, Christy, for coming. Larry, Chris, glad to see you. Hi, Chris. Yes, Chris is bringing tacos for lunch. I was going to bring salad, but I'm out of salad dressing, so I have to go get some mayonnaise. I know I shouldn't be eating mayonnaise, but hey, what the heck? Hey, listen, I made a promise last week that I'm going to keep. I'm going to start into Facebook advertising today. Now, I'm going to go to PowerPoint. I put a question up there, by the way. Does anybody want to come over and just make sure that everybody can see my screen and etc. once I go to screen share? Is anyone available? Yeah, right, Larry. We're going to be done. We're going to be done on time. I think this presentation, which is going to dig into Facebook paid advertising, is going to probably take at least 2 and quite possibly 3 sessions. So today we're going to cover some of the basics and just get started. Larry's on his way over, and I'm going to, in order for completion, I'm going to really go to the beginning of advertising with Facebook. Hello, Larry, and so we're just going to start like we don't know anything about it and come through the whole process. Hello, Craig. Welcome aboard. People are still jumping on. Len, don't press that button. I almost pressed stop broadcast. Okay, Larry, I'm going to go to screen share. Here we go. Sharing the screen, sharing the entire screen. I hope you can see my screen. Larry, can you hear me?
I can see my 14 screens. You're good.
Yeah, okay. I can hear you. I can see you. Hello, everyone. Hello, Craig. Okay, and I'm going to bring up PowerPoint. So hopefully you can see PowerPoint. Larry?
Yes. Yes,
okay.
We can.
Okay, cool. We're going to just look at a few PowerPoint slides, and then we're going to go to Facebook. We're going to actually, most of this is going to be live. We're going to bounce back and forth. I'll put the slides up so you can either take notes, write things down, or go back and look at them later on. But let's get started. The first thing I wanted to do is start with this term, native advertising. Recently, a number of trainers have tossed out this term, like we all know what it means. Yeah, Facebook loves native advertising. What the hell does that mean? Okay, so let's just really start there. The dictionary definition, the internet definition of native advertising is a type of advertising, usually online, but feasibly elsewhere, that matches the form and function of the platform upon which it appears. Now, the interesting thing about considering what does native advertising mean on Facebook is, what is the intention of Facebook? Facebook's intended to be social. Facebook values and protects the customer experience. So when customers complain about things, and we're going to look at this a little bit more detail in a little bit, but when customers complain about things, Facebook takes that seriously. They respond negatively to advertising that customers don't like. And Larry, can you mute yourself?
Yes.
And one of the sure ways to be sure that you're putting ads in front of people that they don't like is to be running ads to cold traffic. And we're going to talk about traffic sources in just a moment. But native advertising to Facebook is videos uploaded directly to Facebook, not coming in from YouTube. And I'm going to list valuable content, and things like quotes of the day and stuff like that, things that people would normally engage with, normally enjoy, would be considered to be valuable content. That's really what native advertising means. Facebook is not a sales platform. It's not a platform where people generally come to buy things. They don't expect to see capture pages and sales pages in their face. And this is especially true for people that don't know who you are and may react negatively, which is why we're going to go down a couple of the rabbit holes we're about to go down. Let's talk about traffic. Not all traffic sources are created equal, and there's cold, warm, and hot traffic. And let's talk about what that means. Recently, not too long ago, it might be several months back, I don't know, but I remember there was a big thing going on about how one of the trainers had taught some people to get traffic, and they had 120 leads in 2 or 3 days. It was solo ads. Solo ads is ice cold. You can't get any colder than solo ads. As we found out, right, Larry?
Yeah, you're right, Len. You got about 127 in 2 days.
Yeah, right. But solo ads, and let me before I put this, let me go back for just a moment, just so you understand what I referred to here. We did an experiment when I was doing my What's Working Now on Facebook webinar a couple of weeks ago. Larry ran some solo ads. I hope it's okay if I tell the story, Larry.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In fact, Larry, you can tell it. Do you want to tell it?
Yeah, I had some money left over in my Udemy account, and I think I had about $400, $350 or something like that. So I was pushing away to getting out of it, but I figured for Len's launch, for his product, I'll do some ads. I did 4 ads, and in 2 days he got 127 or something, maybe more opt-ins, and that's pretty good. And maybe one of them showed up.
Yeah, actually, I think it was 200, closer to 250, Larry. As I recall. I mean, it was a big number, and maybe I'm not even 100% sure one of them showed up, but one of them, I think one might have. Yeah. But they didn't buy anything. They didn't do anything. No. So yeah, I mean, I could produce a training. Let me go back in. Let me just finish one sentence. And I can produce a training that will teach you how to get 250 leads in 24 hours or 48 hours or blah, blah, blah. I mean, and I could probably sell that training, but you can't convert those people. So what's the reason to go down that rabbit hole? The reason to go down that rabbit hole is to look at the type of people we can talk to on Facebook and what do we do with them. So this graph I plagiarized, stolen, or adopted from Justice Eagan because he put it up in one of the trainings he did recently. Starting on the right side, we start with cold traffic. What is cold traffic? Cold are people that don't know us from a hill of beans. They've never heard of us. They don't know who we are. And if we start putting ads with capture pages, sales pages, etc., in front of cold traffic, there's a really good chance that some of those people are going to click on that ad. They're going to click on the little button next to it that says, why am I seeing this? And they're going to say, I don't want to see any more ads from this guy. And that's a big strike against you. So we don't want to do that. So what we're going to be talking about is how we move people from the cold side to the hot side. So starting in the extreme cold side, we've got absolutely cold traffic, people that have no idea who we are, where we're coming from, or what we're doing. And we don't want to run ads to those people. And, you know, even if you think about who you're advertising to, let's just say we're going to run an ad about I don't know, one of the MLSP capture pages. We're going to run an ad to people that like Ray Higdon for an MLSP capture page. But those people don't know you. And so you're running the risk. Even if it's Ray Higdon's people, you're running the risk that somebody or some people click on that ad and say, I don't want to see any more ads from this guy. It's not relevant to me. In which case, you lose your ads account. Even Justice Eagan lost his ads account this year. He now has a business advertising account because they shut him down. And the reason was in one of the product launches, I don't know which one, it doesn't even matter, but one of the product launches, he got really overly aggressive in running ads to cold traffic, and he got too many complaints. So moving from the right side of this picture to the left, the next one is targeted interests and behaviors. Targeting people who might have an interest in what you're doing. And in this case, you know, if we're targeting, so let's say Ray Higdon customers, people that like Ray Higdon, there's a good chance they fall into this category, that we're targeting people that are interested in what we're doing, or if we're advertising an MLM or something, which is not recommended because Facebook doesn't like MLMs. But you know, if we're targeting, let's say, Robert Kiyosaki, you know, we're likely to at least be targeting people that are interested in what we're doing, and or if we're targeting behaviors, people that belong to, you know, an MLM company or a network marketing company, or they're in home business groups, or etc. And then moving further, as we come toward the left, top interests and behaviors. And again, people that are really interested in what we're doing. In these groups of people, we are running content. We're running engagement-driven posts and likes campaigns. And we're not running capture pages and sales pages. And what our objective is to move people from the right side of this picture to the left side. So if we're running a likes campaign, for example, we're getting people to like our fan page, and then they drop into the left side of the picture. They become fans. Or if we run an ad to a post, and they click on our post, and they go to our website, they become a visitor to our website. And finally, as we move all the way to the left, we get them onto our email list. And those are the warmest traffic we can have in principle. Now, obviously, this isn't quite as cut and dry as this picture would indicate. There's people that are going to sort of merge into more than one of these boxes. But nevertheless, these boxes give you a sort of a theoretical concept of what we want to try to do. We want to start with people on the right side of the picture who really don't know us very well, and we want to move them to the left side of the picture. We want to create them into fans, visitors, and ultimately into leads on our list. And those people we can run a capture page or a sales page to, and they're less likely to kick it back at us because they know who we are. They've been exposed to us. We're not strangers to them. And we've determined that they at least have some rudimentary interest in what we're doing. Otherwise, they wouldn't have become fans or visitors. They wouldn't have come to our website or liked our fan page if they didn't have some interest in what we're doing. So, and of course, even at the extreme left side, once they're on our list, they can still decide that they don't like what we're doing and opt out, and that's just fine. We don't want people on our mailing list that aren't interested in what we're doing. So when somebody, you know, there's a tendency, and I certainly had this tendency in the beginning. I'm over it now, but I had it. There's a tendency to feel really like, oh my God, I got somebody opted out of my list today. They quit. They don't want to see my stuff, and I felt really bad about it. Now celebrate it. Get rid of them. People that don't want to see your stuff are dangerous. They can cause you trouble. We don't want them. So I hope this all makes sense to everybody. So we're going to look at a couple of ad structures that are designed to do this process, move people from the right side of this page to the left side of the page. All right, if anybody has any questions, put them up in the chat. Larry, I assume you can see the chat?
Yes, sir, I can. I'm watching it.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Hey, Chris has a question. Who did Diane's training before Twist Your Panties in a Bunch? What?
I'm sorry.
Chris asked, who did Diane's training before Twist Your Panties in a Bunch? Not sure what that means.
I'm not quite sure I understand that question, but and even if I understood it, I'm not 100% sure I want to answer it on a webinar in public. Can I leave that one alone, Chris? I don't really understand the question, to be honest with you, so I'm going to trip over it no matter what I do. Let's move on. Okay, so here are the two major ad structures that we're going to begin to look at. Strategy number one, which is the simple strategy, is running, for example, a likes campaign to your page, and that's building up people who like your fan page. We might also use a boosted post to try to attract people to our fan page. And then once we have people attracted, we're going to run an ad to people, and our audience is going to be people who like my page, or maybe people who like my page and their friends. But we're not going to put an ad for, let's say, an MLSP campaign up to cold traffic. We're going to start with a likes campaign, and then we're going to put our ad to our campaign in front of the people who have already liked our page. Presumably, those people have an interest in what we're doing, and they won't, badmouth us to Facebook. The other strategy is to use page post engagement ads to drive traffic to your website or blog. We're not going to get to that today, I promise you. We're not even likely to get through strategy 1 completely today, but we're running page post engagement ads, driving traffic to your website or blog, creating a custom audience, and then using a website conversion ad to target people who have visited your website. Now, this strategy is a little bit more complicated. It requires the Facebook pixel be installed and an audience be built. The website conversion ad itself is a little bit more complicated to structure, and we're going to get to that. I'm not even going to guarantee we'll get to it on Tuesday. Like I said, this training is likely to take at least 2, possibly 3 sessions. I don't want to rush through this stuff. And it is my intention at the end of this training to have gone through the Power Editor with you. So we're going to start with simple stuff that we can do without even looking at our Ads Manager. And then we're going to look at our Ads Manager, and then we're going to look at the Power Editor. So this is a 3-step process. The very first thing I want to do is look at the Facebook pixel, and I want to be sure that everybody has that pixel installed and knows where to find it and how to install it. So let me go. This is the last PowerPoint slide I'm going to put up, and then we're going to go live to Facebook. So just in case anybody doesn't know, the Facebook pixel, and as near as I know now, there is only one pixel. You go to your ads account, and you go to the Ads Manager and Tools, Pixels, Actions, View Pixel Code. And I know that you don't have to remember all that, but if you ever need to find it again or just write it down or copy it, that's the sequence. And then we copy and paste the pixel. Now, the easiest, simplest, most straightforward way to install that pixel is to use the header footer plugin. And I'm going to take you over to MLSP sites and demonstrate that. Prior to last night, we had a problem. Well, I don't know. I'm sure it was earlier. No, let me. How am I going to say this? All right. For me personally, prior to last night, I understood that there was a problem with the header footer plugin, and it caused a conflict with Yoast SEO, and we had worked around that in various ways. As of last night, we were told by Jim Finale that that conflict is not real and we can ignore it. And so I have gone ahead and activated header footer on my MLSP sites account at this time. And if you were trying to do these pixels any other way, this is by far the simplest, easiest way to do it. So let's just go ahead and review how to do that. Let me check the slides. Okay, we don't need this slide right now. I'm going to end the slideshow for the moment. And I'm going to so what was the comment? Chris, somebody got their ad account shut down. Elizabeth?
Yeah. And I guess it was for posting in spam groups.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I know Bill Moore also got dinged, and he's back in business. He didn't get his ads account shut down. But there's 2 or 3 things that have happened there. Let me tell you what I think I know. And to be honest with you, I can't really validate any of this. But first off, if you've never posted in groups before, starting to post in 100 or 120 groups all at once, like within a few days, just raises flags. And just Facebook looks, because that smacks of a robot to Facebook. They can't tell the difference. They shut you down. What seems to be okay is posting short videos. You seem to be able to get away with videos. And what I've been doing with my videos is I not only post the video, but I also copy and paste some text that goes in above the video. It makes it absolutely perfectly clear that I am not a robot, because a robot couldn't do what I'm doing. Speed of posting may have an impact. We don't know. I mean, Facebook really doesn't publish rules, so we really don't know what they are, and no one can find them. But you just got to be careful with Facebook these days. So anyhow,
Craig says that he heard it wasn't their ads account; it was just the availability to post in groups.
Yeah, I believe that to be true. I hadn't heard of anyone having an ads account shut down. That surprised me, but it was posting in groups, and they weren't shut down. I don't think they were shut down permanently, but I think they were slowed down. But I don't know. I'm guessing. I just really don't know. If anybody has any additional information, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, you can read the chat. All right, let's go live to Facebook, because we're gonna run out of time here. In fact, if we get the pixel done, that's about all we're gonna get done today, and then we'll be back live on Tuesday starting into the ads. But let's go to the pixel. So I am going to go to Facebook, to my Facebook account. Now, just in case anyone's looking at this, I know that everybody on this webinar knows what I'm about to say, but you never know who might be looking at a recording. You can't have Facebook ads without a fan page. All ads are run from your fan page. They are not run from your personal profile. In fact, once again, I remind everybody, Facebook's policies clearly state that personal profiles are not for business. And, you wouldn't advertise on a personal profile. So you have to have a fan page if you're going to run ads. So here's the ads manager. There are a couple ways to find it. I'm on my personal news feed. There's the ads manager right there, or the other place to find it is over here on the upper right corner with this little pull down thingamajobber, and you go on down here to manage ads. So there's two ways to find the ads manager. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to go out to the ads manager. So it says it's loading the ads manager. And once the ads manager comes up, and you'll notice here's the Power Editor here too, and we're going to get to that at the rate we're going today. I'm going to say it's going to be not next week, but the following week that we're going to get to the Power Editor. But under Tools, and here's Audiences, we'll talk about that in a minute, but under Tools, here's Pixels. Just click on it. Click on Pixels. And under Actions, click View Pixel Code. So Tools, Pixels, Actions, View Pixel Code. Here's the pixel code. Just copy it. I just did Control C. I don't know what it is on a Mac. You copy it. And then let's head on out to MLSP sites. And I'll just go to my sites dashboard. Waiting for the dashboard to load. And now I'm going to make the assumption, here's plugins. We'll look at plugins for a moment. I'm going to make the assumption that you know how to do this, so I'm just going to bounce through this real quick. You're going to, if you don't have header footer installed, you're just going to simply activate header footer. So if it's not running, you'll have a code, the line will say activate instead of deactivate. And once header footer is active, then under your settings, there's header footer. Okay? So again, under your settings, header footer, click on it. And there we are. We got header footer, and all you got to do, code to be added on the head section of every page, all you got to do is paste that pixel code in there. That's all you got to do, and just forget about it. Now, I just lied to you because you do have to do one more thing. You have to click the save button. If you don't click the save button, the pixel's not going to be there. So, code to be added on the head section of every page, and it says here it will be added on the head section of the home as well. So if you add the pixel code in that field, you have yourself covered. If you're not in MLSP sites, it's absolutely 110% the same thing. You simply put in header footer. It's a free plugin. You don't have to pay for it. Put in header footer and use it. That is by far the simplest way to do this and to know that you've got it done correctly. And once the pixel code has been added, that's the end of the story. From that moment on, anyone who visits that site is going to be coded back to Facebook, and they're going to be put, well, you got to create the audience, but it's going to be, they're going to be put into a custom audience. So, is there any question in the chat about that?
Not about that, but I have a question there, Lynn.
Okay.
This header footer, I put that on my blog, MLSP blog. Now I have, I don't know, 20 something posts in there. Would it automatically go to those, or
yes,
is it just the new ones?
Nope. Well, no, it's going on. Well, no, it's not going to go backwards in time. The people that were there before the pixel was installed.
No. I understand that, but what I'm saying is,
no, it's on post. It's on every page.
So it's going to be on every page, even the ones I've already done.
Yes.
So I get new people to those posts. That's gonna hit them.
Yes.
All right. Thanks.
Yes. Yes.
That's my question that I can see.
Yeah. Okay. So once that pixel's installed, Facebook is collecting the data, and look, I'm not gonna go into audiences right at the moment. We'll just stop here because we got 2 minutes to go to the top of the hour, and if I start another topic, it'll take us well past. You've heard people talk about creating custom audiences. You can have an audience of anyone who visited this page, but not that page, but did this and went there and did, okay, all that happens here under audiences. You can create audiences, and you can use various rules to create those audiences. So if you want to, for example, target people who went to your website, who went to a specific page on your website, you can do, this is where you do it. You do it right here. Now, I'm going to stop here, and the reason I'm going to stop is just making sure I keep myself out of trouble. I haven't actually done this in the last time I created an audience was probably a month or two ago. So before I review how to do that with you, I'm going to do it myself and be sure that I know how it works so that I don't just make a mess out of things and befuddle everybody. So let me just stop there for today. It's 12 o'clock. I'm going to close header footer done, and I'm going to stop the screen share. Okay. Okay.
We got you back.
So, yeah. So I'm back. So what we'll do is on Tuesday, we'll start into the first sets of ads, and we'll start at looking at, well, actually, we'll start in the first sets of ads on Tuesday. We'll see how far we get. Next Thursday, we have Susan Shearer Young. So whatever we don't finish on Tuesday will spill into the following week. Before I let you go today, I have one more thing I want to tell you, and so I hope you'll bear. I'm going to go back to sharing again, and go back to the PowerPoint. I assume you can see it.
Yes.
Okay, and just take a deep breath. I'm going to start a new webinar series, and it's going to be Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. It's going to be a half-hour long, and it's called Dream with Len. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Some number of months ago, as you folks know, I did the vision workshop. And one of the times I did it a couple times on Saturday mornings, and it was actually well received and reasonably well attended. And I know another day of the week, another webinar, and I can already feel, if I were sitting on your side, I would be going, oh my God, another day of the week, another webinar. Holy, I know there's too many webinars. I know that. And so, if you can't make it or don't want to make it, that's okay. I'm just going to do it. It's something that I want to do, and I want to do it perhaps even more for me than for anything else. So that webinar is going to be more on metaphysics than it is on marketing. And it's going to be on things like the secret, the law of attraction, how to manifest your desires, creating the life of your dreams, creative visualization. How do we achieve creative visualization? The power of intention. I'm going to go back through things like our mission statements, our core values, and explore the mind-body connection, and much, 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 much more. Okay. And the link, the registration link is lenmooney.com/dream. So that's it. I'm going to start it this Saturday. I'm going to end this show and end the share, screen share. Did I end the share? Can you see me, Larry?
We can see it.
Okay, so I'm going to start it this Saturday. I know we're all overloaded with webinars, and so if you can't make it and don't want to make it, it's okay. I'm just putting it out there. I want to do it. I love this stuff, and I've got so much of this stuff in me now, and I've read so many different books and assimilated so much information that I just feel the need to begin to put more of it out there and share it. These are not going to be selling webinars. They're going to be short, a half hour long, and that's it. So
can you do it at 8:30 or 9?
Yes, I can.
Because I've got something every Saturday that ends at like 10 in the morning. I can't get here till about 10:30. I'm sorry, 8:30 your time.
Say that again.
I have something that I have going on every Saturday that ends at 8 o'clock your time, but I can't get back here till about 8:30.
Okay. You know what? I was torn between 8:30 and 8 o'clock anyhow, so fine. I'll start it at 8:30.
Okay.
I'll change the start time before I put the links up. And so the first one's going to be this Saturday morning. And it is also my intention to have guests on this as time goes on, and to be more focused on the metaphysical kinds of things, like so people like Susan Shearer Young and Priscilla, people like that. More appropriate there than perhaps on Lunch with Len, which will become more and more mostly marketing. So that's where I'm headed. And that's all for today. Thank you for coming. We'll see you on Tuesday. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for coming over, Larry. I'm going to hit stop broadcast, and we'll talk again. Bye for now. Sure, Chris. Absolutely.